the past decade or more, Democrats have shown they are convinced building consensus with Republicans is no longer a viable option. What is also clear, Democrats of today are not the same as the old-school Democrats who paved the way for this new, toxic breed of what is left of the Democratic Party. Maybe it's a side effect of eating Tide Pods. Who knows? Somehow, this new breed of what is left of the Democratic Party can convince the rest of Democrats nothing we ever wanted for the good of America matters anymore. Therefore, confusing you about everything you ever cared about while maintaining chaos is key. If you can judge it and place a label on it, twist it around and devalue it, Democrats are all for it. Some say it's just the hard left that is pushing this toxic form of division. But Democrats in general are not stopping it because it's part of the drumbeat of the anti-American Democratic platform. Show me one middle-class American who has the confidence everything will be okay in America with all this partisanship and division. Every day, Joe Biden is making one bad decision after the next. His biggest thus far appears to be his selection of Vice President Kamala Harris, the most anti-police progressive we've ever had as Vice President. Many Americans don't realize this, but Harris has a track record of defunding and dismantling police back when she was Attorney General of the state of California. Back then, she dismantled the California Bureau of Narcotics Enforcement while pushing for the legalization of drugs and open borders. This has been a catastrophe in the making for years. The Bureau of Narcotics Enforcement was the oldest narcotics law enforcement agency in the United States. Its programs targeted major drug dealers, violent career criminals, clandestine drug manufacturers, and violators of prescription drug laws. And now, with Biden's new open border policies, we are seeing the Sinaloa cartel operating in Los Angeles County, partnering with the Central Valley's Asian and Armenian gangs. The Los Angeles County Sheriff announced last week his department eradicated more than $1 billion in illegal marijuana cultivation, the largest in the state's history. You see how the dots are connecting now? Kamala Harris has disarmed California's best defenses against Mexican drug cartels, and now they are operating in the state. If that doesn't give you cause for concern, nothing will. The California Bureau of Narcotics Enforcement could have been very useful, but Kamala Harris sees no reason for their existence. Just dump it on the LA County Sheriff. Among the 10 million constituents he has, along with nearly 80,000 homeless people and a county board of supervisors that keeps trying to throw him out of office, Sheriff Alex Villanueva doesn't have enough on his plate. The country is now witnessing firsthand the damage an anti-public safety administration can do. Where Joe Biden's open border policy will lead is a terrifying thought. With the 1.4 million illegal border crossings as of May, and with violent crime at an all-time high in every major American city run by Democrats, things are not getting any better. They are getting worse. As for President Biden, his force-fed agenda is leaving Americans with a bitter taste in their mouth and gas prices at a 7-year high. From going door to door in a targeted approach to make sure you got vaccinated, which mostly affects southern states, it's becoming clear Biden failed to build consensus with Republicans to meet his 4th of July goal of vaccinating 70% of the country. While Biden insists the country unite, he refuses to give President Trump any credit for Operation Warp Speed, which clearly made a big impact. It is only a matter of time until we see more of these Russian ransomware attacks because DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is too busy finding excuses to hide the out-of-control border crisis to ensure our cyberspace is secure. In the meantime, Russian President Vladimir Putin said, After he got his no-hack wish list from Biden, no competent agency contacted him. Where is the leadership? It seems just about every other day we are getting a taste of Biden's doom and gloom message. How did it make you feel when you heard Biden wave the flag of surrender to the unwinnable war in Afghanistan by bringing home troops on the eve of September 11th? President Biden tells Americans he wants us to unite while rewarding bad behavior and appointing Eric Garcetti, the worst mayor in the history of Los Angeles, to be ambassador to India. This is clearly a political gimmick to save face from being thrown out of the city after his term ends next June, as he is clearly unelectable after the wreckage he leaves behind. In the meantime, every Republican who has a voice and wants to help either gets censored, shadow banned, or canceled. In the past 6 months, the trend of failure, short-sightedness, and lack of a real plan to communicate with the American people is becoming ever more clear. From the front lines of America's leading political news and opinion, I'm Alex Datig with Front Page Index, Politics for You.